Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode on the Minecraft script. So where we are today is down here at our double spawner setup. So what I've done is a bit of work off camera here, and I've enclosed in. Get up there. I've enclosed in the skelly spawner here. So I broke out just kind of four. I can't remember exactly what the right specifications are, but I just wanted to make it so that it was going to be an eight block flow, just make it easy for the water. So this is the skelly spawner here. So I've dug it here, 4 blocks either side, and I did way up, just and I'll explain that in a minute, and create like a 1 block gap above. So water's going to flow here on the ice, and it's going to push the mobs along into this little stream here. They're going to come along and funnel themselves down here into this mob collection system. And then the zombie spawner is linked up the other side over here. In there, so it's the same thing with the zombie spawner. So it's just a four block a dugout either side, and then 1 block above. The zombie's going to spawn out of here. Water will push them down into this water stream. They come over. They have a little drop here into this water stream over here. This is where the zombies, this is where the skeletons come from, and then they come along, and then this fence gate is meant to push them up into here. There'll be a soul block there, and then they're going to shoot up here. So let's show you what that room is up here now. Okay, so we're just here above the zombie spawner now. So I've used the tinted glass here so that we can still get a look into the spawners, see how everything's going, and then utilize the new block that stops light coming in. So I really like it. I'm really excited to be able to see the spawner working. I decided to put the floor for this room at the level of the zombie spawner being the highest one, because we want to try to keep them. We want to try to keep our activation area for both of these as close as possible. And then we have our skelly spawner here, so there's a good gap there of maybe about 6 or 7 blocks above this. So I just put a glass roof on that, and then the tinted glass on top of that to hold it in. And I just put the stone brick on there. It's a bit of detail. There is a spider, a cave spider spawner here, which, I mean, you could probably make a triple spawner out of this, but with spiders is definitely not my forte. So I'm just going to block this off to keep them at bay, and we might revisit that in the future. So this is our mob elevator here. They're going to come up here, and then we're going to drop them. I don't know how far yet. We're probably going to drop them maybe like 20, somewhere between like 20 and 24 blocks. I can't remember exactly what it is. And then I think I'm struggling to find a spot where I can see both spawners, see if they're working, but I'm pretty sure this spot here is definitely going to activate both of them. So I think to drop them here, and we can just test it, and we can go from there and see. And then, so what I'll do now is I'll just get that mob shaft done and dusted, and then finish it the layout of this room, block it off, make it look a little bit prettier, get the item collection system on the go, and hopefully we'll have some decent renewable XP and some rotten flesh for trading, and some bones for getting some bone meal. Okay, so we're here in a redstone testing world, just in a creative world, where I'm testing out mob drops to try to get down to about like 1 heart or 1 hit kill. So I couldn't exactly remember what it was. So the best thing to do in these situations is to come over and experiment with it. So all I created here were 3 different drop chambers. So I've got one that's a 19.5 block drop, a 22.5 block drop, and a 25.5 block drop. I'm just going to see where that leaves the mobs to gauge where to go to next. And it's very simple how to set it up. I just have a dispenser here on a burnout clock it's going to produce like 5 or 6 mobs. Just they're going to flow in the water, drop down, and we'll see where they're at. So let's test it out. So I'm almost certain this is not going to lead them there, but it's going to act as our like control. So we activate burn tree out. So we have a few mobs pushing out, coming through there. Nice. And there we go. As we thought, it's not a 1 hit kill, so I don't actually have sweeping edge in this sword, so we should find out that's that's going to be there. So for 22.5 block drop, that's much more promising looking. And then to 25.5 block drop, I think this might kill them instantaneously. Yeah. Okay, so we know that we're definitely not going that high, and we know 22.5 blocks is a good place to be. So let's just do this one again and see where we're at with 1 hit kills. So they're not exactly one punch, but they're not far away from it. Okay, so we're back here again, and I've just changed this drop here, so that's going to be 23.5 blocks. So we knew the 25.5 was killing them, and we knew the 22.5 was close, and I've just put sweeping edge on a wooden sword and a netherite sword. So let's see how we get on with this one now. So we'll drop some more down from the 22.5 block. and sweeping edge on the netherite sword is an instant kill, which is great. We'll see what it's like on the wooden sword now. Okay, so this looks like it'll be our money shot here. And we'll just test it at 23.5 blocks, see if this is an instant kill for them or... Yeah. Grand. So 22.5 blocks are money. So there we go. In our estimation, we managed to figure this straight away. So when I'm creating the drop shoot, I'll make sure that's 22.5 blocks of a drop. And we just, once we sweep an edge on a sword, we're at 1 hit kills. And that's where a diamond or netherite sword should still probably do the trick, even if they do fall with armor on them. So this is a little taster of how like I kind of go through figuring out or troubleshooting any of the problems I have. Like there's nothing major here. Like there's no command blocks around to make mob spawn. This is just simple redstone that anybody can do, and I definitely recommend doing it. And if anyone is wondering how you make that burnout clock, it's just this simple design here, and when you input a redstone signal to it, it'll burn out. So if we grab ourselves a quick one, let me see. Activates, comes off, and then we get our burnout, and then it burns itself out. So I think we have had a bit of success here. So this is the same spot that we were looking at for activating both the skelly and the zombie spawner. I funneled them both into this drop here, so they're coming up from here, dropping in here, and it seems to have worked just a treat. They're at a 1 hit kill, thereabouts. You need to get sweeping edge in this sword, but there we go. So we've now got some more easily accessible XP for charging up. Oh, where'd you come from? You're not meant to be here. It's going to be an issue. We have to figure that one out. I don't think he would have spawned up here from that. But yeah, so we've got some more readily available XP for our equipment, and like I was saying, we've got access to some bone meal and some rotten flesh now. So nice one. So let's make this room a little nicer looking, and yeah, it's another job done. And it's finished. So went with a checkerboard pattern kind of across the whole room, so using the alternating bone blocks like this to get that pattern here to match kind of the floor with the deep slate tiles and the smooth stone. We have we can see kind of nicely come over here, like when the zombies are spawning through, and the same here with the skeletons when they're coming through there. They're falling in lovely here to a 1 hit kill, just like that. And then we have our storage system over here, so our rotten flesh. There you are. Our bones, keeping some arrows, and then the odd drops. And then I've been taking some of the bows and making them into fully healed bows, just because like I can. Not really much benefit to it. So yeah, so the project worked well doing, and I'm pretty happy with it. So time to move on. Next thing now, we've got something big planned next. So let's move on to that now. So it really looks like we're changing this area into our automation area and a bit of a farming district. So I'm setting up some farmer-driven crop farms here. So I've got some 2 potatoes and 2 carrots. Just working on growing these up and getting some cactus going so I can get some dye before I get the glass going, before I can get the villagers in. So I'm going to make this 2 tiers. So this is just an El Mango crop efficiency design, a high crop efficiency design. It's pretty good. I'll show you how I get the village and stuff in place soon, but basically you're going to have 2 hopper mine carts here with a villager trapped inside it, and as the farmers are collecting their crops, they want to try share with them, but the mine carts will suck them up before the villager can pick them up, and that's how we get the crops. So basically I've got a dropper set up down below that just feeds into a water system here, and it's going to push the crops into here, and I'm going to build the collection system now. But just before we get into that, some other things that we've done. So we have our mob farm. See those 2 blocks there? That's where our double mob spawner is located. So we have a drop chute and a bubble elevator picking up to there. So I'm hoping to do some pixel art to highlight them when I get nothing major, but when I get some automation with some wool on the go. And then I just set up this kind of rudimentary cactus collection system that I've just about got all the cactus filled up in there. So get collecting some more cactus now. Give me some green dye, and I'll have some lime green glass to stain this farm with, and to decorate the cactus farm with as well. Okay, so we're going to make our collecting system over here. I was originally toying with doing like a massive silo with having like 4 hoppers feeding in from 1 hopper minecart and stuff like that, but I think I completely like misinterpreted how it would work, so I couldn't really figure it out then. So I was going to go with a different design instead. Similar thing again. So there's still going to be about 6 silos, 3 each for carrots and 3 each for potatoes. So I think we have plenty of space over kind of just this way here, and let's face it out this way here. So let's just get a space now for our 3 silos. So that's 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go space 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We'll just alternate down feeding in our hoppers into chests from here. So this first level, it's better to feed them back out like this, and then from here, like that. There you go. So feed down, and then from here, stack them on top of each other. So we feed our hoppers back in here like this, get our chests up, and stack them back on top of each other this way here. And then same again, our hoppers in. And then up one more. And I think we'll do one more. Nice. And there's our hoppers that feed into there. So obviously need to get more hoppers. Need to get more hoppers and more chests and set this up. But that's going to be ample storage for all the crops we're going to get. I think this is a relatively big enough yield as well. So like the storage is warranted. And what we'll do then is we'll create these into item sorters for the potatoes and the carrots, just using the impulse SV item sorter, and we'll feed them in from where the crops are putting from here. So I made a little bit of a mistake with the trapdoors, and when I dropped this fella in initially, he ended up moving the mine carts out of the way altogether. But I just got him out of there, and I put these 2 trapdoors down more, and I just put these ones up here just in case. Although I don't think they add anything whatsoever. And the love hearts seems to suggest that this guy is getting food. I heard the dropper clicking there a minute ago underneath, so there's some carrots and potatoes heading up our item elevator here. So looks like level 1 is a success. So let's get level 2 put on, and that's our crop farm set and ready to go. So this is the crop farm finished now in all its glory. So I've thrown a roof on the top one, 2 blocks high on the bottom half slab, and that's just to stop any endermen spawning there and causing any teleporting in there and moving blocks around and causing trouble. And then I've put another bottom slab roof up above, like 4 or 5 blocks above, and that's to protect from any lightning strikes and turn our villagers into witches. And then I've got the sorting system finished here. So a simple water tower up there with a bubble elevator, soul sand in there if you can see it. And then ice tracks around here, and I'll show you the sorting system at the top. And this is just a kind of like a front just to make it a little more prettier, so it's not just a complete eyesore, although it's a bit of a fake build because there's nothing from this point over. So you can see here we've used cakes to line it up so that the items will flow along, half in the hopper, half in the ice. And then we've just got the simple impulse SV item sorter going on here with plenty of storage. And we're getting them in. Like I have been pulling out this loads for the next project we've been working on, so the items are flying in like you wouldn't believe it. We brought over some nether wart here as well, and put a wall around the cactus farm over there, which is producing lovely, and I'll probably never use it again. So the next big thing we're working on is involving our villagers. So first things first is I have filled out it down here. So we have some clerics, some stonemasons, and then our cartographers for trading later on. And then I filled in the rest of our villages here. So I've got all the main kind of books. So we've got like Depth Strider 3, Unbreaking 3, Smite 5, Aqua Affinity, Fortune 3, Sharpness 5, Looting 3, Silk Touch, Feather Falling, Mending, Respiration, Infinity, Protection, Sweeping Edge, efficiency power 5. So we got all the kind of the main stuff here, and then we've got all our other villagers around for getting some resources and getting some emeralds. So our next big project is, I'm sure you can hear the zombies kind of go in the background, is we're going to start working on converting some of these guys. So I've tried this already. I practiced this in a creative world already. So let's see how much it works. So basically, the theory is at the minute these guys are all completely safe from villagers. Even if they got in at the back, they're still completely safe from villagers. They can't get from zombies. They can't gain access to them. But if I remove the workstations and then drop the blocks down one, I'm pretty sure this is it. Now they have, the zombies can get in and can get full access, because that's a 2.5 block up, so they can get full access into these villages now and can convert them. And then I install these trapdoors back here to block them off. So then when they do become zombies themselves, they can't attack each other. So we're going to test it out on our cartographers to see how well it works. So I trapped 5 zombies in here. I'll show you the water system I use now. So they're trapped in there. Basically what I did was just went to nighttime. Similar process that we found our zombie for this guy up here is we just attracted him over here, and then we brought them in this way here, and then we had a trapdoor blocking them so they can't get go any further this way, and they can't come in this way and get me. And then they're standing here, we drop them, and we have a water chute all the way around that just goes dead straight this way and then hangs left to put the villagers into position down here. So my plan is to release the villagers into here. They can't get all of these as far as I know, and they'll convert these guys here, and then we're going to convert them back into normal villagers to get discounts. I'm going to jump up here, close this so that way they haven't got line of sight with me, so they'll only focus on the villagers. We can see it happening, we can see if they're getting anyone else, and when it's done I'll jump down here and get them to chase me in here. And when we're going in this way, they come in here, they're going to stand there, and then they're going to fall down, and this is going to bring them back to where they are, and we can circle them around a few times to keep reusing them. And then I have loads of golden apples and splash potions of weaknesses made up here. So I don't have enough for everyone yet, because like the gold is quite an expensive commodity at the minute. We have 33 apples, that's not bad, and we've got, where are they? Here we go. Splash potions of weakness here. So I think the only thing for it is to give it a go and see how we get on. So this will be exciting. Make sure everything's blocked off here. Put down here. Nice. So I'm just going to go over it. Just open the door and let them in. I'm up here and I'm blocking them off, so they shouldn't care about me now. Don't hear any crying villagers. Yes, that's good. It's really annoying. Okay, so that was a bit of a fail. So what I think I'll do now is I'll try and take these down and replace them so that when they flop down, they block view of the villagers. So they'll still be in the same job, but it'll actually can serve a purpose then. And then hopefully that might attract them to the only villagers that they can see. Okay, so we just replace the trapdoor so they flip this way here. So hopefully that would block off the line of sight with all the villagers except the ones I want them to go with. So these guys here are now should be in line of sight of the zombies. So let's open our emergency exit just so we can make a cleaner getaway. There's a cat, and let's let them out again. So I'm just going to go straight up here and let's see what happens. Looks good. It's 2. Excellent, so that's them through there now. So what I'm going to do is try and lower them all this way here. There's only 3 and I thought there should be 4 of them. Let me close this door. So that's, they're on there, they got their lovely gear. 1, 2, 3, excellent. Come through here. Okay, so as I was saying, that phase 1 was definitely a success. So I think if I throw this splash potion at the middle guy here, I should get all 5 of them. I don't think I got any of them there. No, I did. And then, let's see. 2. Let me close that back down. 3, 4, and 5. There we go. So they'll take some time to cure. So let's see how that goes, and then we'll see what the discount is like. Nice. So we've cured all 5 of them. So I love that noise it makes when they've cured as well. Just a little. So for those of you who don't know, on hard difficulty, you have a 100% chance of a villager becoming a zombie villager when a zombie attacks them. And the reason I gave them the diamond swords is just to make their attack stronger, so it just happens faster though. But on hard mode, there's a 100% chance. On the easier difficulties, then there's a chance that the villager may die or be converted to a zombie villager. And then as you've seen there, we got the notification or the achievement that we are now the zombie doctors, so let's go us. So let's see what the discounts are like. So that's pretty nice. So we got our paper down to 18 and we got our paints down to 5. And the maps are, yeah, wherever grand and all. But the big ones we're looking at are the paper and the paints. And really what I want to do is I'm going to try to do this again and see how that goes for us. Let's try to get them down as cheap as possible. So I reckon one more could get the paints down to even 1 paint for an emerald, and then we're really into making emeralds then. So let's release them one more time. Nice. So we've got that done for all 5 of them now, and we've done that twice. So, and that's exactly what we were hoping for. So 1 pane, 1 pane, 1 pane, 1 pane, and 1 pane. Excellent news. So let's put these slabs back and put their workstations back. So that was a rounding success. So I've got enough for 23 more conversions. I obviously want to reduce the price on a lot of these guys, and want to reduce the price on these on, well, everyone kind of bar stonemasons don't matter, because the only reason we have these is for getting our quartz, and that's already like 1 emerald for 1 quartz. All these guys here need to be converted down to Fletchers. We don't really care about anymore. They were just for kind of some early gain of emeralds. We want to get the farmers in. We want to get the carrots and potatoes down as low as possible. We want to get the iron down as low as possible with these guys. Plus, we want to get the armor and the equipment as cheap as we can. And then obviously we want to cheapen up the enchantments as much as we can. So I think that's something we'll work on over the next in between episodes with these remaining apples, until we set up some kind of gold farm to make this as a more kind of like widespread project. So really happy how that went. So this is a pretty good episode. Pretty happy with the progress that we made with the finishing up the double mob spawner, getting a kind of renewable source of XP between there and between here, and renewable source of bones in there. It's the first time I kind of worked with a double mob spawner as well, so I was pretty happy with that. Getting the crop farm set up, the cactus farm was really good. This industrial area is really come to life, and then getting all these kind of villages in place, and then also getting the zombie villagers cured back and getting their discount. So I'm really happy that I'm going to have to make some good progress on that. And then I'll catch you next time for next episode. So thanks very much. Like, subscribe, and share if you like it, and drop comments. And please do. I'm really enjoying doing this, and your support would be really great to help me keeping this going. So thanks very much, guys, and see you next time. Bye bye.